35 faith leaders are calling on President Trump to act on the deadly persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Since 2009, over 52,000 Christians have been killed, including 7,000 this year. More than 18,000 churches have been burned since 2009, and over 5 million Christians have been displaced.
Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo joins us now. Raymond, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we're doing this topic. We don't speak enough about the persecution of Christians in the world, the #1 persecuted religion in the world. What can you tell us about what's going on in Nigeria and why we've been so slow to respond?
Well, first of all, just to put this in context, if you put together all the Christians persecuted for their faith around the globe, Rachel, they do not compute to the high numbers in Nigeria. As Charlie just mentioned, 52,000 killed since 2009. That equals it's called Intersociety, which does pretty good polling on the ground. They say that's about 35 Christians killed every day, okay? 3 churches are destroyed every day in this area. And look, the combination in northern Nigeria, you have both Muslims and Christians being killed. But in the Middle Belt and elsewhere, it's all Christians being slaughtered. And the perpetrators here are Boko Haram, whose name we know, an Islamic terrorist group. These Fulani herdsmen who run around on horses or on motorcycles with machine guns. They literally mow these Christians down, these farmers who are tending to their land. It is an outrage. Back in 2017, the Trump administration designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which came with sanctions. Well, when the Biden administration came along, Anthony Blinken lifted that designation. He said these murders were being committed because of climate change. So that's why you see now Ted Cruz and 35 Christians saying, wait, we need to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's a bloodbath. It's a genocide.
It does seem like if this were happening to somebody else, you would see it on the front page of the New York Times, the front page of the Washington Post every day. Why isn't it?
Well, I think because, A, it's Africa, and we just don't cover Africa the way we should, and B, for whatever reason, Islamic terrorism is just not covered. And when you look closely, 22 Islamic terrorist groups, including Boko Haram and others, have safe haven and have safe quarter in Nigeria. Now, here's a little news. I was told this last week. There is a group of Nigerian legislators coming to Washington this week trying to petition the Trump administration and Congress from designating their country as one of particular concern. They don't want this, but they're doing nothing to protect the Christian population there and to stop these radical Islamic groups from just laying waste to people on the other side of the religious divide from them. But I've spoken to Christian leaders there for decades. They will tell you they are very much afeared that Nigeria is going to turn into what Egypt and Constantinople became, which, remember, was a majority Christian country that over time you had an Islamic destruction of the faith. And that's what's happening in Nigeria in real time. We've got to do something here, at least put sanctions on this government.
What's remarkable, I couldn't agree with you more, and what's remarkable is despite this persecution, the number of conversions and the faith of the African church is something that's so inspirational. So we appreciate you joining us on this story. It's so important.
Thanks, Raymond.
Happy
Thank
to do
you,
it.
Raymond.
It's really important. Thank you all for covering it.
I'm Juicy.
I'm Ryan Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our
35 faith leaders are calling on President Trump to act on the deadly persecution of Christians in Nigeria.
Since 2009, over 52,000 Christians have been killed, including 7,000 this year. More than 18,000 churches have burned since 2009, and over 5 million Christians have been displaced.
Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo joins us now. Raymond, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we're doing this topic. We don't speak enough about the persecution of Christians in the world, the #1 persecuted religion in the world. What can you tell us about what's going on in Nigeria and why we've been so slow to respond?
Well, first of all, just to put this in context, if you put together all the Christians persecuted for their faith around the globe, Rachel, they do not compute to the high numbers in Nigeria. As Charlie just mentioned, 52,000 killed since 2009. That equals, there's a group called Inter-Society, which does pretty good polling on the ground. They say that's about 35 Christians killed every day. Okay, 3 churches are destroyed every day in this area. And look, it's a combination. In northern Nigeria, you have both Muslims and Christians being killed. But in the Middle Belt and elsewhere, it's all Christians being slaughtered. And the perpetrators here are Boko Haram, whose name we know, right, an Islamic terrorist group. You have these Fulani herdsmen who run around on horses or on motorcycles with machine guns. They literally mow these Christians down, these farmers who are tending to their land. It is an outrage. And back in 2017, the Trump administration designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which came with sanctions. Well, when the Biden administration came along, Anthony Blinken lifted that designation. He said these murders were being committed because of climate change. So that's why you see now Ted Cruz and 35 Christians saying, wait, we need to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's a bloodbath. It's a genocide.
It does seem like if this were happening to somebody else, you would see it on the front page of the New York Times, the front page of the Washington Post every day. Why isn't it?
Well, I think because A, it's Africa, and we just don't cover Africa the way we should, and B, for whatever reason, Islamic terrorism is just not covered. And when you look closely, 22 Islamic terrorist groups, including Boko Haram and others, have safe haven and have safe in Nigeria. Now, here's a little news. I was told this last week. There is a group of Nigerian legislators coming to Washington this week trying to petition the Trump administration and Congress from designating their country as a one of particular concern. They don't want this, but they're doing nothing to protect the Christian population there and to stop these radical Islamic groups from just laying waste to people on the other side of the religious divide from them. But I've spoken to Christian leaders there for decades. They will tell you they are very much feared that Nigeria is going to turn into what Egypt and Constantinople became, which, remember, was a majority Christian country. That over time you had an Islamic destruction of the faith, and that's what's happening in Nigeria in real time. We've got to do something here. At least put sanctions on this
What's remarkable, I couldn't agree with you more. What's remarkable is, despite this persecution, the number of conversions and the faith of the African church is something that's so inspirational. We appreciate you joining us on the story. It's so important.
Thanks, Randy.
Happy to do it. It's really important. Thank you all for covering it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page to catch our hot
Okay. No, check out. Let's check Belmont now. Bye-bye, check Belmont. Hey, Baba John. Baba. My head is hot. They are not follow their constitution. They have scattered. Eh? But I feel this water wash my face. But we don't go run for them. We don't go run for them. They are shooting directly, and then they shoot on us. Shoot at us, I mean to say.
Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. Been Uber 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler, child. No names, just stones. They danced on pews with blood to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forget. It cries unreal. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground. It marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance. Just the sound of truth aloud. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors, grave bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved, and every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't find hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks in burning fields, in Boko smoke, in NGOZI's hills. The blood still speaks in Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pew. The blood still speaks from girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed the soul and named it war. They blamed it trade, they closed the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits and wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the King. The bitter end will not be this. Will not be shame. Will not be silence. Will not be blame. The blood still speaks and speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. The blood still speaks.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious song, play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them. And our living heroes, we celebrate them as well as we continue to fight on to the full restoration of Biafra. He said, he said, he said, where is my camera? My camera should be here. I'm not seeing my camera. Okay, I'm not seeing my camera. Okay. All right. I bring you all warm greetings, and I salute you. It's late in your time, but it's never late where the Biafran people are, because we are at war. And so we don't sleep with our eyes closed. We continue to pay tribute to and loyalty to the heroes that took part in this Free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu protest yesterday. We remain loyal to them, and we will continue to congratulate them for the good that they have done. What they did have created the highest level of awareness, which some people may not understand. What they did have connected the dots. It has uplifted the case of Biafra to the next stage. We remain loyal to them. They were not paid, and you can see many of them are not even Biafrans, but they use the unity of purpose, of freedom of humanity, to be able to speak. We thank Omoyele Sowore for the good work that God has used you to do. No one would have believed that at this very point that you will be the man leading a banner to protest for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when we have all the political criminals and terrorists in nature that emanate from Biafra land. We are very grateful to you and to every Biafran and to every Nigerian that partook in this very protest. We look forward to seeing more of these protests, because it is not just a mere protest. It is a message to the entire world. BBC, that never wanted to talk about Biafra, have taken it upon themselves to report about this very protest. And many other media houses that never gave ear and attention to the Biafran cause, they have done so from this very protest. We salute everyone that are supporting BRGIE and doing the needful. Please, we have greater tasks ahead of us, and we have more challenges compared to what we had before. And on that very note, you have to increase your strength. You have to increase your power. You have to increase everything that you've been doing. Do what you know how to do best by multiplying your fold, financially, socially, physically, mentally, logistically, technically, and otherwise. All the people you see protesting here, carrying Biafra on their shoulder and on their head, yesterday they sacrificed their lives. They all sacrificed their lives to protest for Biafra. I want everyone to understand that the people that protested yesterday were protesting in support of your existence, letting you to know that if Nigerian terrorist government can have a safe haven discussion with the Boko Haram terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, the ISIS, the ISWAP, the Al-Qaeda, and all the terrorist groups. Over 23 terrorist groups are available in Nigeria, which emanated from the Boko Haram terrorist group. They are fighting for only one thing: to Islamize Nigeria. Jihad is their aim. So the entire people of Nigeria, the youth that you saw here, that join hands with Showore to protest. This protest is to let you know that they are telling you that they support the existence of Biafra. Because if Boko Haram terrorists is supported by Nigerian government, so why wouldn't they support Biafra? Because they know and they have come to understand that Biafra existence means hope, means prosperity, means open door and breakthrough to all of them. So they will be better off a Biafra nation and Nigeria standing as neighbor than for them to have a country of Nigeria whereby all of them are massacred in their sleeps and nobody come to their aid. As we speak, there is massacre ongoing in Plateau. As we speak, there is massacre ongoing in Zamfara. As we speak, there is massacre ongoing in Kwara. As we speak, there is massacre ongoing in Kaduna, Kano, Plateau, Niger State, and all over the northern part of Nigeria and the Middle Belt. The people are living at the mercy of the terrorists. The people are living at the mercy of the terrorists, and they plead to see the light of day. I salute all Biafrans. We salute our leaders that have existed before us, those that have sacrificed and towed the path of freedom and showed us the way. We are loyal to all of you, and that is why we are holding on to this very flag of Biafra. Because you all fought a good fight of faith, and you won the crown of resistance. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still fighting a good fight of faith. He is not giving up in the midst of travel, in the midst of torture, in everything that is being through. He is not giving up. He is standing his ground. Jigigbam, jigigbam. He told you all that he will not disappoint you, but you, as Biafrans, will disappoint him. Today, here he is, still waxing strong, even as his health is deteriorating. Boko Haram terrorists have been given preferential treatment even when they have massacred and cut off heads of babies, women, and children. But the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra have been denied access to medical facilities. Why? Because they see him as a threat to Nigeria. They don't see Boko Haram terrorists killing babies, women, and children as a threat. Nigerian presidency, the Senate, the governors, and the ministers rather embrace Boko Haram terrorists and allow Islamization to take over Nigeria than to allow Biafra to breathe. That is the message of them not allowing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go for medical treatment or to free him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was freed by their same court in 2022, which pronounced that for the fact that you went to Kenya, you kidnapped him, and in 2017, you went to his house to kill him, then he had to escape for his life. Then 2021, now you had to go to Kenya, kidnap him, bundle him, brought him down to Nigeria. For this very fact, for these very reasons, you don't have the jurisdiction to try him anymore. The court of Nigeria pronounced this, but the federal government said no, they cannot release him. They use another court to revoke the ruling. UN also said, release him. He has committed no crime. They said no, they cannot release him because they want him to die in detention, because they know when they release him, it is a yes to Biafra. Pharaoh let my people go. Did he let the people of Israel to go? He did not let the people of Israel to go. God made the heart of Pharaoh to become like stone until Pharaoh used his hand to sign the deal to the freedom of the Israelites. God is telling all of you something. And every Biafran need to be very strong, because Biafra is here. It is not going to happen like in 67 to 70s, because we have done many things differently this time. Yes, we've tried so hard not to allow the war to escalate in such a point that they will enter the community and start killing everybody, or enter the market and start killing everybody. That is why the BDF opens a front, a red zone, for the terrorists of one Nigeria. If you want to fight the Biafra Defense Forces because of Biafra independence, come to the red zone. When you cross the red zone, you will collect woto, woto, woto. So as they try and attempt to cross the red zone, they collect woto, woto. And as they are collecting woto, woto, BDF are waxing very strong. Every day you hear Biafra and Nigerian army coming out to tell you, we have killed all the generals and commanders of BDF, but they cannot show you any photo or any video. They only do audio announcements, Photoshop broadcasts. Can you see any evidence? No evidence. The same Biafra Defense Forces you said you have killed all of them. They are waxing strong, and they are outnumbering you on a daily basis. Biafran people, you must be happy that you are alive to this very dispensation, because things are happening in a different dimension. Yes, our leader was kidnapped, blindfolded and whisked down to Nigeria from Kenya. He is still in detention till now. And then our Prime Minister, the leader of BRGIE, was also imprisoned by Finland government. There's something you need to understand here. We have not stopped, not one iota, with all the sabotages and all the groups that woke up from inside BRGIE and outside BRGIE to destroy the structure, destroy the template, and destroy every steps that we take to make sure Biafra is restored. We have not stopped, not one iota. Rather, we are making exploit every day. We are going higher every day. So let the Pharaoh of Nigeria continue to exemplify their own existence, while the message is sinking and spreading to the entire world. But it is very, very unthinkable to see and hear that the Attorney General of Nigeria will kidnap and arrest his own attorney, his own lawyer, attorney and lead counsel Ejimako, and all the protesters that were protesting. They still have time to release the lead counsel and the rest of the protesters. And they must release them because they committed no crime. I am here for something very different tonight because we don't have much time on our side. Emmanuel Okano, you said Aloy Ejimako was arrested and others. Aloy Ejimako was arrested and others, and that should tell you something. Nigerian terrorist government had pronounced with their court that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. And the same lawyer had been to all the courts pleading and asking them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refused. I want to ask you now, which other option has Aloy not explored? Aloy has explored all the options available as a lawyer. The last option that you saw that citizens of Nigeria and former president as aspirant of Nigeria came out and said he is embarking on a political campaign, a protest, mobilizing all Nigerians to come and protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because the same Nigerian government have released all the political prisoners that they have in detention. And they are even releasing some drug barons. They release some kidnappers, they release some terrorists, they release some drug dealers. They release some people that scam people and collected money. I'm asking, which people did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu scam? You cannot have any evidence to present. Which people did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kill? Which drug deal did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? Or where did you see him kidnapping people? There is no evidence to it. So you see, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu becomes very different from every other person. They have pardoned and even rehabilitated terrorists back into the Nigerian Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. And everybody see how Boko Harams are well treated every day. Yesterday, I played a video where you see the Boko Haram terrorists are having a peace deal and talk with the Nigerian terrorist government. And they are giving them a communal salute as they are coming in. They welcome them in a standardized manner. So, what was the crime of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And what was the crime of attorney and the lead counsel, Ejimako, with the protesters? Look at these protesters here. Did you see any of them with weapon? Did you see any of them with AK-47? Did you see any of them with AK-49? But the Boko Haram terrorists, which I played their video yesterday, you saw them carrying RPG. You saw them carrying AK-47. You saw them with AK-49. They wrap it all over their body and they storm the ground where they want to have a peace deal. What kind of peace deal is that? When you are showcasing and brandishing and you are even shooting in the air to show your power. That if Nigerian terrorist government mess up in this peace deal that you have come, that you will waste everybody. Is that a peace deal? No. It is show of control, that they just came to show the Nigerian terrorist government that they are in charge. And I appreciate them for displaying that, because Nigeria has become a country whereby if you don't carry iron, nobody will give you what you want. You must carry iron, you must carry weapon, you must carry bomb if you want to be listened to. Look at the unarmed protesters protesting, and then Nigerian terrorist government came with their AK-47 and 49, tear gassed them and started shooting in the air. Did they have any weapon with them? No. They had no weapons with them. But the Boko Haram terrorists that had weapons with them, Nigerian terrorist government did not dare to shoot tear gas or to kill any of them. No, they never did. So Nigeria is good that you get weapon, you get AK-47 and AK-49 and go and meet them head on. Yes, because when you are peaceful, they don't sit down with you and negotiate. When you are peaceful, they don't listen to you. When you don't go with machine guns, when you don't go with AK-47, when you don't go with AK-49 like the Boko Haram terrorists are going to meet them, they don't listen to you. But when you go with AK-47 and deal with them, you see they listen to you like the Boko Haram terrorists did. Even on that day, they said they are coming for the peace park. They were killing people and they bring the dead bodies to show Nigerian terrorist government. Could they do anything? They could not do anything. They will only lament and wail and gnash their teeth, and then later you go back home. Now, while Showore was sacrificing his life with all the heroes and heroines that you saw that marched in the street of Abuja, they sacrificed their life and their earnings and their family, because when they left home, I saw a tribute that was written, or a will that was written by one Yusuf. Yusuf was telling the family that as he is leaving for this protest, he know he may be shot dead. And then he had 134,000 naira in his account. He transferred 100 to the family and said, if I go and I don't come back, use this 100,000 to be able to transport yourself back to go and meet my brother. He can be able to take care of you from there. Let him sell my camera, let him sell this one, let him sell this one, and you guys should use it to take care of yourselves. And then later went on to say, if I make it and come back alive and I am not dead, is either I am imprisoned in Kuje prison because of protesting, and within 1 month, I'll be released and I will still come back alive. This is somebody that knows that as he's going out as a hero, that is going to the battlefield, is going to the war front, that anything is bound to happen. So for those of you that are afraid to die or to hit the street, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already dead. It's only Biafra that can bring him back. Many Biafrans have been killed, and many are dead. And you can see the video we played. The blood still speaks. You see how many people have been killed in Nigeria? Only in the first quarter of 2025. You see how many have been recorded to have been killed since 2009 in Nigeria to this very day? Are you counting the numbers? So, is your life more better than those that have been killed? It's a question. So while Sowore was taking his time, with all these lovely Biafrans and Nigerians on the street of Abuja, we are shocked to see that there are some useless people that exist. So these are one of the useless people that exist, and we are going to play his video because of his stupidity. Let's bring this out of the screen so that we can go to the next screen. When you hear that we have stupid people, here are they. Yes. You see, when you listen to this idiot here, who God has blessed with gray hair, you will be disappointed that God gave gray hair to idiots that cannot reason honestly. It's better God don't even give gray hair to some people.
$4,998 gone in 1 year. Been who burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we had to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forgive. It cries unread. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground. It marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage. Our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills, the blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pew, the blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow. They named it war. They blamed it tribe. They closed the door. But we know truth. It bleeds then burns. It waits in wells. It always returns. So build your silence tall and proud. Our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome, makes the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you erase your name. We are still here. We are not here. We are the witness. The blood still speaks.
Yes, Showore took his time and sacrificed his energy and everything he's got to protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to make everyone in the entire Nigeria and the world to know about the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Nigerian terrorist government. But we have some useless people that claim that they are Biafrans who cannot reason from their brains. Rather, they are reasoning from their anus. The way babies and women reason is far better than their existence. So let's listen to this old fool here who has lost relevance.
Before the protest, I was one of those who said, look, let those who, Southeasterners keep away. And the reason why I said that was that when Showore started calling names of P2B, trying to come in the box, I said to someone, joking, I said, if P2B shows there.
So, calling Peter Obi, calling the Igbo criminal leaders to come down and join the protest. This old fool here sees it as rubbing their image in the mud. So the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to this old fool is not rubbing the image of Biafrans in the mud. Please, anybody that knows this man, or if he's your father, or if he's your uncle, or if he's related to you in any way, please go and unfather this man. Go and ununcle him. Go and ungrandfather him. Go and ungreat-grandfather him. If you are a nephew to him, go and unnephew him. If you are a niece, go and unniece this man. If you are a cousin, go and unniece or uncousin this man, because he's very useless. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for idiots like this so that they can have a better place called Biafra to live and let live, and Boko Haram terrorists will not smash their heads. Do you know how Boko Haram terrorists will be very happy to catch this man with this kind of head and beard and then cut it to pieces? They will be very happy to use his skull to do sacrifice for jihad. But you see how useless he has become? He's telling you that for you to protest to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that it means dragging Peter Obi to the mud. So Peter Obi's life and all the Igbo criminal politicians are better off Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life and Biafran's lives that are over 80 millions. That is why we need to see some people that we call elders as people that have been cursed. Yes, because this one now is a curse to the Biafran race. Because if he was not a cause to the Biafran race, his sensory membranes would have been working properly. He would have been able to understand what it means to be free and what it means to be a slave. And as it stands now, at his age, he's still a slave and his brain is not working well.
They will either kill him or arrest him. And the next thing is that they will charge him for treason. So,
you see, he said that Peter will be going to the protest, they will arrest him or imprison him, and they will charge him for treason. So he doesn't want Peter Obi to be arrested. He doesn't want him to protest to the freedom of Biafrans. He doesn't want him to be charged to prison with treason or felony of any kind. So he rather allow Biafrans to be massacred by Boko Haram terrorists. He rather allow the annihilation of Biafrans while he will continue to sing the praises of Boko Haram on daily basis. When Boko Haram invades a particular community and kill everybody, he will clap for them and will rejoice and then come back home. But to stand up and fight, join a peaceful protest that is organized by fellow Nigerians, that is done on the road where everybody march, where if they want to kill everybody, they will also kill you alongside. Let us know that they are killing everybody. No, this one doesn't want to die. He wants to sit down here and continue to be crying and telling you, oh, Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is killing our people. Nigeria is marginalizing us. We don't have opportunity to become a Igbo presidency. We cannot be in this place. We cannot be in this place. But when opportunity avails itself for you to go and prove that you can govern yourself, that you can face resistance, that time you run away. You say, no, I don't want Peter Obi to be in prison. I don't want any of the governors or ministers or senators that are from the Biafran extract to be in prison or arrested by the Nigerian terrorist government. But you enjoy the continuous incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you also enjoy how the Boko Haram terrorists are massacring people on a daily basis.
For me, the protest did not achieve what it was meant to achieve.
Did you hear that? This idiot tells you that to him, the protest did not achieve anything that it was meant to achieve. Because to him, he doesn't know what is called creation of awareness. He doesn't know what it means to have done a protest to expose Nigeria in the midst of the chaos that is in this very world. In this very present dispensation, where the Nigerian terrorist government are being exposed in America by BRGIE. In this very time, where the lawmakers of America and the entire world leaders, the media, and everyone that have a voice are speaking against the genocide that is ongoing in Nigeria. This idiot here is telling you, to him, the protest never yielded any fruit that he had expected. Because what he had expected was maybe a cup of tea or 404 or palm wine, or where they will do party, he will now go and drink. So to him, the protest never yielded any fruit that is seen to be meaningful. How will you see it to be meaningful when you yourself, you're not meaningful to yourself in your utterances?
But one thing I like the protest for is that we have moved it from the southeast to the seat of power. And that's
now you still acknowledge again. First, you said the protest did not yield the fruit or any fruit. Now you come back again to say, oh, one thing you like it is that it has moved out from southeast to the seat of power. You see? So some of you had enjoyed kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, locking him up, and then When the sit-at-home is ongoing in Biafra land, you are feeling the heat. As you are feeling the heat, you are reporting to Abuja. And Abuja are telling you, enjoy the show. Today now, you saw the protest in Abuja. You are happy that the protest in Abuja. No, the protest will not only happen in Abuja. While it was happening in Abuja, did you have movement in Biafra land? Did not have movement in Biafra land. So everywhere we're under lock and key. So they planned the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They planned the invasion of his house in 2017. And they wanted him dead. And then the response of Biafrans is shocking them. And now this one is saying, oh, the protest should not only be in Biafra land. I am happy that it's now in Abuja. You are happy that the protest is now in Abuja? I want to ask you, did you organize the protest to be in Abuja? Did you even support Showore for the protest? Did you participate? All of you that were called upon by Showore to come and participate, you ran away, and you are here telling us that you don't want to participate in the protest so that they will not arrest you and lock you up. But yet, you want the freedom of your people, but you're not ready to sacrifice anything. You sit down and saw Showore sacrificing everything that he's got, and then you're coming here to backstab him. You're coming here to talk down on the effort that he has made. Did you participate in the protest? First, you say the protest did not achieve anything. Second, you now say, oh, the protest is good. It is now out of Biafra line. It is now in Abuja. Did you participate in the protest that then happened in Abuja to make a say? What have you done to contribute to demanding to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Nothing. That is why all of you only come here and be shouting and raising your head like lizard in this very studio of Arise Television and VOP and Channels Television. When you're done raising your head like lizard, you now go back home and then you continue to canvass for no release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, you are brainless because you don't know the importance of the protest that Showore did. But those that know. And that result has been achieved. The entire world today knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, and they have been reminded that on the 20th of October 2025, Showore called on every Nigerian youth to come out and join him to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Nigerian terrorist government locked them off the road, blocked them, and also did not stop there. They arrested the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the lawyer that is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court. So you don't know the significance of this very act because you are a very big fool. So I wonder when idiotic elements like you will have sense. I don't know whether when you enter grave.
That's what I've always told the people in the Southeast. Those who declare sit at home, I say, you cannot declare sit at home in the Southeast and you expect it to affect the federal government. Declare it in the, come to the Abuja and declare. Or you say that all Igbos who are trading in Nigeria every Monday don't open your shops. Then it will affect the government.
Look at him. When you say everyone should not open their shop, they should come and participate in the protest. Many of them in Abuja building material market. They did not want to go and participate in the protest. Showore was in the protest ground while they went to go and open their businesses. And him, he is one example. He did not go to participate in the protest. But he is the first person to jump to the studio now to come and start talking trash. They are only good in talking behind the camera. They are only good in talking with phone, shouting wow 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 wow, like vam vam vam. Just look at him. Wow 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 in this studio now, shouting like vam vam vam. No difference. But when you were looking for people that were hitting the street to protest, shutting down their business, you did not see this idiot. But now this idiot is here in the studio making noise and downplaying the efforts of those that close their shops and sacrifice their time and energy to go and protest.
So what they were doing in the Southeast was actually killing the Southeast rather than protecting. And then,
oh, so your cry is really coming out now. You now understand that we were killing the economy of that Southeast, right? We were not killing the Southeasterners. We were killing the profit that you people criminals make from the daily earnings, from extortion, from roadblocks, from the daily taxes that you collect from the traders in the market, whether they sell something or they don't sell something, from the one you collect from the motorists, from the money that you make from the oil and gas and all natural resources in Biafra land. We were blocking you people, strangulating that your economy so that you will cry like this the way you are crying. And I love your cry because you are acknowledging that you have felt the pain of the sit at home. Yes, we love it when we see people like you crying about the effect of the sit at home, and we want to hear more of that.
elevating the South.
But do you think that that particular call on Monday will ever hold water, given the fact that the ED of the Lagos Trade Fair, says something yesterday that Igbos, who happens to be the majority persons trading in that trade fair, should try their best not to be part of the protest? Think about the fragility of the trade fair and its complex at this point.
Well, if you look at it from that point, everybody's protecting themselves. But I am telling you, that's why we have a problem in Ebola. First problem we have is that, what is it? The Igbos have no leader. And unfortunately, the people you see today parading themselves as leaders are not leaders. These are sycophants. And that is where the problem of the Igbo man starts. The Igbos have no person who is speaking for them.
Now, if you are looking for people to speak for you as Igbo man and as a Biafran, will you be picking a fool, an idiot like this man who cannot reason well? When there is crisis, who cannot decipher to know what he should do for you? When you see Sheikh Gumi will be of the same age with this man. But Sheikh Gumi is able to brainstorm and take a decisive decision that will protect the interests of the Fulani terrorists. But you can see this fool here in the studio. His brain is junketing left, right, center, and he doesn't know the right thing to say that will guide or protect the interests of Biafrans. The same way he's telling you that they have no leaders. He is not even ashamed of himself to open his mouth with gray A and tell you that they have no leaders. And then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, seeing that they are all useless, that they have no leaders that can speak for them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now decided to stand up to speak for the poor masses. But a fool at this age is against you protesting to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yet he's telling you that you now, that is carrying the mantle of leadership to demand for justice for the Biafran people and independence nation, that you are now the criminal and the rascals and the nobody. While him who claims to be somebody, he doesn't have brain cells to be able to reason, to think of what he should do for you.
The things that are happening in Igbo land cannot happen in the north. You see where the bandits sit down with government officials negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
Can it happen? Can you see IKOM sitting down in the southeast negotiating?
Mm.
It will not happen.
Okay. Are you not even ashamed of yourself? As an elder that you claim to be in Igbo land, to open your mouth and even say this, and then you use Boko Haram, you use Gumi to make example. What makes it possible for the Boko Haram terrorists to negotiate in the north? Is it not their elders? Did you see their elders come out to proscribe their Boko Haram terrorists or their Fulani terrorists? But you people that wear gray hairs, you are the one that came and say you proscribe IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. In Biafra land, it is not Boko Haram that came from Abuja to come and proscribe IPOB, Biafra people. It is gray-headed idiots like you here that gathered in Biafra land and say you are proscribing the activities of the indigenous people of Biafra. And then you are not ashamed now to come and sit down to sing the praises of Boko Haram. So you love, you enjoy what Boko Haram are doing, but you hate what Biafrans are doing. Hey, how do you go?
Because you have a country that you're running two laws. One law is for the south, one law is for the north. We must be very honest with ourselves when we say these things. The unity that these people keep talking about is not applicable in the southeast. It's not applicable.
People that are very senseless, you will see them when they are talking, they are shouting like mad people like this, just like Ajare will be shouting. The same way you see this man shouting like this. Then you ask him, you that should be a leader that should be speaking for the Biafran people, what is your intonation? What are you saying? First, you are condemning the Biafran people. You are proscribing the Biafran people. Then yet, you still expect the same Biafran people that you, as the elders of Biafra land, are condemning and killing and bringing Operation Python Dance to kill and bringing Operation Python Dance to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his house. Then you connive and sold out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigerian terrorist government. You now expect to be the example that people will come and follow. Yet, you are here, jumping on top of your seat and shouting, whoa, 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 whoa. There are two laws in Nigeria. There is one for the people in the north. There is one for the people in the east. They cannot allow IPOB to negotiate with terrorists. Well. But what are you doing to make the difference? Are you not the one that proscribe your IPOB people? Is it Boko Haram terrorists that came to proscribe your IPOB people? No, it's you.
Even though some of us will try not to bring dry hot sentiment into it, but it's getting to the point where we must begin to tell ourselves that for us to have a Nigeria that works, we must have the same law applied.
Please, I want to ask you, and after that, I'd like to have this take on this question now. Do you think that any level of pressure through protest mounted on the federal government will lead to the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
The only solution to the release of Nnamdi Kanu is political.
Is protest part of it?
It's political. Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner.
Okay.
There are other people who have said, what's Nnamdi Kanu? Where do you come from in Nigeria today? The kind of justice you get.
Please, I want you to answer my question. Do you think that any level of protest mounted? To political solution, is protest part of the political solution?
No.
Okay, so
I do not believe in this.
The first question I asked.
I do not believe in this protest. Okay. I do not believe in it because you cannot tell a child more about the father than the child. The man behind the people behind the protest are not being sincere. Honestly speaking, they are not being sincere.
All right.
The only way I will see the sincerity of this protest is if Shomore gets arrested and tried to do it.
Did you see the stupidity of this man? he does not believe in the protest, one. And two, he sees political solution to be the only way out, because they know that it is through the same political solution that they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out to be kidnapped and to be killed. They know that it is through the same political solution that they sign documents, that they bring the Boko Haram terrorists to come and kill you. It is through the same political solution that Operation Python Dance is brought to your communities to kill you. It is through the same political solution that Ebubagu were brought to come and kill you. Odokachi, Akune Chemba were brought to come and kill you. And the idiot here still tell you that he wants to see Showore also kidnapped and detained before he will now see that the protest is serious. You see the kind of prayers that people are praying. You see why I told you the other day, if I see these people, I stone them to death on the road. And you will ask me why I stone them to death. Because they are sincerely wicked. This man did not wake up to do anything to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since 2021. And today, you see Showore sacrifice his life and everything, and every other heroes that sacrifice their lives to hit the street. He's not happy that Showore is asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing he's asking in return is that he wants to see Showore also kidnap and detain, so that he will be happy to know that Nigeria is working very well. This is the kind of idiot that you all have as leaders and elders. And this is why I despise them so much, because they smile, their characters, their behaviors, and their ethics smells so much. They don't have sense of reasoning. They cannot reason. They can't comprehend anything. They can't put together and give you the answer. All what they think is their belly, their pocket, their family. Finish how much they will gain in return. They are not after your freedom. I salute all BIAFRANS. Nigerian terrorist government should release the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know how you will go to the hospital, you kidnap the doctor, you kidnap the nurse, you kidnap the patient. Who will take care of the patient? Who will take care of the victims that have accident and rushed to the hospital? And you yourself, the person that is arresting and kidnapping the nurse and the doctors, who will treat you when bullet wounds happens to you? You people really need to have everything, because it is unimaginable that things could be happening this way. I salute all Biafrans and see you all tomorrow, because this is late night from here. Thank you so much, and continue to push your support as we move on. Ndewo Umu Chineke from here, from me to all of you.
$4,998 gone in 1 year. Been burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forgive. It cries unreal. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground. It marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. Killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage. Our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters. We call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized. They rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in NGOZI's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pews. The blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow. They named it war. They blamed it tribe. They closed the door. But we know truth. It bleeds then burns. It waits in wells. It always returns. So build your silence tall and proud. Our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the king. The bitter end will not be this. Will not be shame. Will not be silence. Will not be blame. The blood still speaks. And it speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. The blood still speaks.